There is a roof on the, and actually a fan too, in the chicken coop that's built into the roof, and that wouldn't have been possible without Poppy because, you know, she just climbs on things. Where's Poppy? Up. All right. Are we good? Have we done our blaming? Are we ready for the last S of no scabs? No.
I looked over and Priscilla was just...
Priscilla's like, no, we can't. It's a lot. Hey, you know what? I just want to say this. This farm kept running during the times when there was nobody here, and especially during the hard winters, and would not be possible without this Haga family right here. That is, I mean, super snaps, and like, it was all Luke. But, I mean, I remember rescuing this lady out from behind a log and just tons and... that was a mess. That was rough. But there's so much. This would not have been possible without you guys. Y'all kept this going, and those last couple winters were, oh my God, it's a lot. All right, are we ready for this? No. I'm just gonna get prepared. Oh Jesus. Okay. The last shaming. The last No Scabs fire pit at this location. Whose farm for the last time, y'all? Whose farm is this? It's y'all's farm. It's our farm. This is our farm. Man. All right. Okay. I got it. Shaming in our community. When I separate myself from you and I create that and draw that line of separation between you and me, and I say that you are other than, you are different than, you are other from me, you're not the same. I create these expectations in my head that make it impossible for me to connect with you. But the thing is that we don't add pressure or scabs or shame to someone else by trying to liberate ourselves and say, I'm going to be fine. You know, like I want to just like, oh, I feel like this and you make me feel like that. That's scabs. Ain't no scabs, you know. So instead, we'll say, I acknowledge that the expectations that I feel like that I have to live up to when I see you, they're in here. They came from here. Maybe I heard someone say it. Maybe I heard myself say it. Maybe I watched it on a TV show. Maybe I heard you say something to someone else, and I took ownership of it. And I have to let that go. Because if it keeps me from connection with you, it's not worth having. So this line of demarcation is stuck in my imaginary expectations. I imagine that in order for me to be in connection with you, I have to live up. Okay. We have watermelon. Okay. Center down, Abby. I imagine in my head, in my heart, that in order for me to be in connection with you, I have to, or I always have to, fill in the blank. And this is an unwritten contract that I have in my relationship with you, and it really keeps me from being in real connection with you, because even if I fulfill my obligation to be the kind of person I think you need me to be, then it's just a paycheck that you're giving me back. It's gone back to being conditional and transactional. It's not real and genuine and authentic. And it doesn't start from a place that's true. I'm trying to get connection with you from you by fulfilling an obligation that I hear in my head or in my heart. And that keeps us from real connection. We don't have to live like that. So we're going to take a deep breath real quick, everybody. So we're going in. And I'm not going to say everybody... Can you sit down for just a minute? I'm not going to say that everybody has to, because that's shame, that's pressure. I ain't doing that. no scabs. But I'm going to try to make as much space as possible so that everyone has room. So I'm going to hold this spot for a second. But I'm going to start. If I can hold it together, I don't know if I can. It's really important when you do this that you're not eyeballing anybody. This is your feeling of your imaginary expectation that you have to be when you come into connection with other humans. Like you feel like this is the thing I got to be. I'm going there. Oh my God. Okay, the language is, I'm already in mine. I release myself today from the imaginary expectation that I have to be or I always have to be. That's the language. Now, the difference is that in round 2, we'll take a deep breath together, we'll breathe it out, and then as a group, we will echo back, and you can gesture, hand of kindness. We release you. You don't have to gesture if you don't want to. You can just say it. But it's a fully kinesthetic experience. And when I experience you saying that you release me, it has broken this unwritten contract. And I'm free. And I really want that. I'm going to start. This is really hard because it just came up in my heart. And I thought, I don't need tissue. It just came up in my heart and I thought I can't let that go, which is the one that you got to let go. Because it hurts. So I'm going to say it. Oh, Jesus. I release myself today from the imaginary expectation that I always have to be good. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to eyeball you. The language is, I release myself today from the imaginary expectation that I have to be. I'm starting on my face. All right. I release myself today from the imaginary expectation that I have to be or always have to be. Anyone? Thank you. You are my ninja and always perpetually prepared. Thank you, Kevin. I release myself today from the imaginary expectation. I'm just giving you the language back. If there's something that's like, I know we've done this a lot of times, but this is your today. And you probably have echoes somewhere in your life. Maybe it's not even echoes that happen here. Maybe it's somewhere else in your story where you live, where you work, you're like, all right, that might not apply here, but we get to release you. We get to give you yourself back. So feel free. There is no should. Yeah. Amen. We release you. Thank you for that, Poppy. I release myself today from the imaginary expectation.
myself today from the imaginary expectation that I always have to be happy or bubbly or mask who I truly am just because it's what society expects.
Come on now. We release you. I don't know if y'all are seeing this, but like as people say something, other people are like, yeah, me too. Like you feel your head nod, like, yeah, I got that. Heard. I'm with you. And we're releasing you, but we're also going, yeah, that's also with me. It just makes it harder the longer we go around the circle because you're like, they said mine. I know, right? You can say whatever you need to.
I release myself today from the imaginary expectation that I have to be available to fit any role.
Holy cow. Can I borrow that? We release you. Let's hold this for a little bit longer. I just feel something bubbling and I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm gonna wait for you. I'm gonna give you space.